So I got in my car and I kind of drove down the street, and I saw a young man, and he was dressed normally, I mean, just walking around. So I pulled up to him, put my window down, and I said, hey, how would you like to eat with me? And he was kind of hesitant. He kind of looked at me strangely, and I said, right down the street, we're having this big turkey dinner, and if you don't come with me, I'm going to end up blowing my diet. And he said, okay. He was a little hesitant. I said, come on, you know. So he got in. He saw my apron, which said Mission Lighthouse, so that I think he felt a little better. He got in the car, and I introduced myself. He told me his name. As I was driving down the street, he looks at me and he says to me, you know, I live in a halfway house. And I said, oh, they weren't doing turkey dinner? He said, no, they were doing drugs. And I walked out. This is what he was telling me. He walked out so that he wouldn't get tempted. He said, and then all of a sudden you pull up. It was really very emotional. So I said, well, now you're going to get turkey dinner. So once I got him situated.
I was going to say, that's it. You just
No, that was
okay.
the beginning. So I have another homeless man that he's on a bike at 7-Eleven, and I looked for him, I couldn't find him. So now there's this like really bad deli in a bad area, same kind of location, and he's a Vietnam vet. So he's on a bike, and I see him all the time. I give him coffee and do little things like that. I drove looking for him and found him. But of course, he wasn't well enough to drive to the place. He didn't want to leave his bike. So I went back to the Lighthouse Mission, and I fixed him a big plate of food and covered it up so it wouldn't spill all over my car, and I brought it back to him. And he got all teary-eyed, and he said, I didn't think anybody cared. So I said, a lot of people love you, God loves you, and I do, and I gave him the food, and he was just like so taken back. It was really a blessing.
It almost reminds me, you remember you telling me the story that you were, about your coat delivery or something. That,
it's not
what
a
was
coat.
that?
Well, it's kind of a coat delivery. I just have a lot of coats.
Coat, it was a coat giveaway.
It's a coat giveaway. Yes. And when I see people that don't have a coat, especially in the winter, like I had an urge one day to have a hot dog. I pulled over to the hot dog stand, and the girl stuck her head out, and she just didn't look like she didn't have a coat on, and she doesn't own the hot dog truck. She probably doesn't make all that much money, and she was admiring. I had a really pretty kind of fuchsia color coat, and she was complimenting me. That's my favorite color, and it's really beautiful. And I said, well, you know, come on out. And she said, why? I said, well, just come on out. I said, I just want you to try it on. She came out of the truck, and I said, just try it on. She said, you sure? I said, yes. She tried it on. It fit like a glove. And I said, God bless you. And she started to cry. She had it buttoned up. It looked better on her than me, actually. And she said no one had ever given her a gift before. And she said to me, she looked at me and she said, I feel pretty.
Wow.
People are hurting right now. Whether it's the holidays or not the holidays, a kind word or a smile, or if you can buy them a cup of coffee or tea, it just can change somebody's life. And I just consider myself blessed to be able to do that.
You don't just do this at Thanksgiving, though.
No, I do. I try. I'm not trying to say I'm a saint. I'm this perfect person. I'm not. But I try, and I have been trying for a long time to just do it on a daily basis.
So if you get a coat you don't like for Christmas, you could just say, well, I gave it to a homeless person. I really
That's
liked
right.
it.
That's exactly it, and it'll make me feel better.
Yeah.
But nobody gives me coats for Christmas because they know I won't keep them. So, but I do have. I have 1 or 2 left, besides the 8 that I'm giving away next week. But it's fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, it is. It is. And we all do it. We can all do it. It's not like I'm this special person that goes around like the coat fairy. We can all do it. Whether it's cans of food, whether it's sweaters that we haven't worn, shirts, whatever it is. Just see somebody in need. Just do it. Just be a blessing and just help them. And it makes them feel good. And it sometimes, you know, we all go through situations in our life where sometimes it's challenging. But when we're helping others, we're stepping out of ourselves. It's just a good thing. And I try to live my life that way on a daily basis, and it's just a joy.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you do the same thing.
Not quite as much, but now you make me feel like I should. So here's to making the giving season all year round.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.